Now, if you haven't played any other Final Fantasy game except for Remake, you might be a little confused as to who this man is.
Still so confused.
His name is,
I'm waiting.
Anyway, we make it into Midgar after a news update. We set down our friend, and we see Aerith. After dealing with the Shinra troops, we save her, and I guess I don't remember. Embarrassing.
It's so messed up. All of it.
I know, right? Tell me about it. Afterwards, Cloud tells everyone from the last game that how he met Sephiroth.
Sorry.
I remember this.
No can do.
Something about this situation doesn't feel... Anyway, what's important is that we get to play as Sephiroth.
Wait in the truck.
After a brief showcase of what he can do, we then make our way over to Niflheim, the place Cloud is from. After arriving and getting reacquainted with the locals... Oh, thank you. We see the sights, play the piano, and meet Cloud's mom.
Cloud, is that you?
Hey,
You know, there's all kinds of temptations in the big city. I'd feel a lot better if I knew you'd found a good girl. One who'd make sure you didn't get into trouble.
I can take care of myself.
An older, more mature girl that could keep you on the straight and narrow and tell you when you're being a silly goose. That's the perfect type for you, I'd say. They are feeding you properly, aren't they? Oh, Cloud. But you know, Cloud. Wouldn't you agree, Cloud? You're my son. Of course, I'll always be.
Who is she talking to there?
Okay, that's enough.
Okay, well, after that, we also meet...
Richard Sangan.
Oh, I know.
A humble traveler of the world and teacher of martial arts to the youths. You need to bulk up.
Huh?
Don't be shy.
Uh...
People's your age. At last count, 128.
That's a lot.
In fact, one of them's from this very village. Perhaps you know her. Tifa.
Afterward, we go upstairs.
Didn't really notice at the time, but looking back, all the signs were there. From the moment we arrived, Sephiroth just wasn't himself. What you looking at?
This landscape. I could swear I've seen it before.
We return to the present briefly and arrive in time to meet our guide, Tifa.
Tifa? You're our guide?
I sure am. You can ask anyone around here. I'm the best there is.
Sounds like you're having a good time.
Really, Cloud? We then start to make our way to the reactor, and the credits start to roll. No, not those credits. These. Tifa then explains about the history of the reactor, which takes a lot longer to get there than I remember. Wow. This place is huge.
You probably already know this, but our reactor's the first of its kind. It really put Mount Nebel on the map. This way. Gotta make a detour through a Shinra facility.
To think I almost made you our guide. Good thing I reconsidered. Otherwise, you'd have led us straight off a cliff.
Oh, wow.
Lead on.
Yes.
Aww. Tifa sounds so happy. Oh, wow. We then hike up the mountain. After getting distracted along the way. Once we reach the top, all we have to do left is cross this bridge. Simple, right? Slowly, and everything will be all right. Oh boy. Unfortunately, we lost a comrade in the river. After recovering their strength, we then go into a cave, and there we learn more about the history of Mako.
The Mako Spring.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, but if we keep using Mako to power our homes, springs like this will disappear, right?
What are you talking about? Who told you that?
My dad. And the mayor, if you must know.
Except the planet's huge. Mako will never run out, right?
Naturally formed materia. And look at the size of it. Astounding. For the Mako energy to condense into something like this, it must have taken an eternity.
I've always wondered, how does materia let you cast spells exactly?
How did you ever get to be a soldier?
Oh, Cloud.
To put it simply, the knowledge of the ancients is sealed within each orb. That knowledge not only connects us to the planet, it allows us to tap into her power. That's how we can use magic. Or so they say.
Really? Magic sure is weird.
Once we finally climb all the way back up, we have to part ways with Tifa. But hey, she's not alone.
better keep
We
us
got
safe.
this guy. Once inside, Cloud shuts off the valve, which leads to an interesting discovery.
My mother's name was Genova. Could it be that I was created the same way? Am I the same as these monsters?
Sephiroth,
Ever since I was a child, I knew that I was different, that I was special, but not like this. Not like this. Am I even human?
After making their way back to the inn, Sephiroth locks himself up in his room for a while. Then, he leaves to go to Shinra Manor without telling anyone.
NOMURA Manor was the biggest building in town, and older than the reactor. The company used to conduct research there, back when they were still a small manufacturer. Even so, the rent on that plot was basically what kept the village afloat.
Well,
Taking an elevator underground, Cloud finds him doing something you would not expect. Reading!
1977.
Sadly, Sephiroth doesn't want him around and shoos him away.
Maybe.
Cloud still has a lot of questions about Genova, though, so he comes back after 7 days.
Ah, Cloud. I've come across the most fascinating passage. The specimen found in strata dating back 2,000 years smiled with what could only be described as ethereal grace. Though the truth eluded me at first, I later determined that she was an ancient, or a steward of the planet, as they are referred to in legend. She needed a name, and so I dubbed her Genova. The Genova project was approved soon after. A bold initiative to resurrect the long-dead ancients. An initiative that resulted in my conception. Or rather, my creation. The crowning glory of Professor Gast's wondrous experiment.
Oh boy.
he created you?
Yeah, Sephiroth, you alright?
I should go. Mother is waiting.
Hey! Hey, hold on!
That's one way to end the guy's dream. Seeing the village, Cloud makes his way to his mom's. Along the way, he encounters not one, not two, but 3 obstacles that stand in his way.
Oh,
Finally, after making it to his home,
please be okay.
sounds just like character.
Run away. You have to leave. You have to live.
Hey! Hey! Hang in there! You're gonna be okay! Don't worry. I got you. Come on, let's get you up.
Yeah, he's lost it now. Badly injured, we crawl helplessly as we see Sephiroth slay the villagers. One by one. Oh no.
Sephiroth!
There it is. Iconic scene. Still injured, Cloud follows Sephiroth to the reactor.
Dad. It was Sephiroth, wasn't it? He did this, didn't he?
Oh my gosh.
Mother, they have come again. The ones who robbed you of the planet. Your planet. But there's no need to be sad, Mother. Because I'm here for you. Now and forever.
You killed my mom. You killed Tifa. My village. My home.
They were mine by right.
Wow, Sephiroth. Possessive much?
This planet too. For I have been chosen.
I believed in you. No. Not you! Whoever the hell you are!
With Cloud at a loss as to what happened next, he ends the flashback, which makes Barrett upset. This leads the party to speculate what happened. Since Sephiroth is obviously not dead, still, if this is the case, why has Sephiroth chosen to appear now, despite all this time? Cloud comes in with the answer, of course.
Because he wants to finish what he started. He wants to reclaim his birthright and rule over the planet with Genova at his side.
Realizing they won't get any more answers, they decide to get to bed for the night. After leaving, Tifa has this to say about Cloud's story.
This is gonna sound crazy, but as far as I know, Cloud was never in Nibelheim 5 years ago.
We then end today's episode with Tifa knocking at his door.
Cloud.
Well, we'll
You up?
see you next time. Thanks for joining me.